What is up, game changers? My name is Juniper Bloom Mystique. I am an Ascension Master, Master Healer, and Divine Guide. I have been the one diligently working for the last 4 years to bring about the return of Christ. What some of you don't realize is the Ascension is more than what you know. It truly is the return of Christ, and Christ has returned. And this video, I want to talk about the upcoming year, expectations of the year of 2024. And it's really important for you guys to understand who I am and what I've done, because first of all, we have to let the games go. We need to let the judgment go. We need to let the expectations go, because it's hurting you all. To not see God is a detriment at this point, okay? A lot of what you think you knew is false. A lot of what they would convince you is truth is false. Some of the Bible isn't even real at all, okay? So I had my own awakening, Kundalini awakening in 2019. Wow, I just made myself even older. 2014, that was a long time ago. That's not true. 2019, I had a Kundalini awakening that I didn't expect, I didn't see coming, and it changed my life forever, like a lot of you will be experiencing, right? A lot of us are experiencing that now and will continue to do so. And Spirit wanted me to do a video about the upcoming year. I got through July, and from there they said, in order for you to understand what's coming this next year, you need now to understand what I have done. Because in bringing about the return of Christ, I changed the entire earth. Okay. And I've had somebody come on my channel and tell me I didn't do it all. The collective soul did it all. No, I'm not like you. I'm not a starseed. I'm not a light worker. I'm the one who activates the starseed and light workers. I am the one who moved the poles, who undid the false veil, who reunited Jesus and Mary Magdalene and undid the unholy grail, which was not a cup at all, actually. And he didn't die on a cross. I know, because I had to process his entire death. I spent 2 years fighting for my own twin flame soul during that time frame, and my original one didn't even make it through. Okay. So you guys truly do need to understand what I have done. In the videos that I continually show you on this channel, continually upload the work that I did, from Kilimanjaro activations to clearing Mount Shasta to activating pyramids all over the globe. In these videos, I talk diligently about the work that I did to the earth, about the poles that I shifted, how I created 5 new poles, how I undid all these tunnel systems underneath the world that you know. So even underneath the White House, there was all these tunnel systems that I undid. I imploded. There were people wearing these black cloaks under them with upside down crosses. And a couple of them, I took off their skin suits. I put all the animals through all the portals. And in doing that, not all of them were able to make it through. So there's karmic kickback that's going to be continuing forward for the whole entire collective soul. But what you guys don't realize is the return of Christ is the ascension. I have spent 4 years bringing it about. That is truly activating and opening all 12 gates. Let me rephrase that. I closed off all 12 gates of darkness, and I opened up all 13 home. So they speak of 12 gates in Revelations 21:12. But when I cleared the Nile, I found out there was 13. That is the gate of heaven. And that is when I opened that one, and I called back my power from the time of Sekhmet. I have changed the crystalline grid monumentally, rebuilt all of the pyramidal grids. So the crystals underneath the pyramids have all been rebuilt. That is our power center. You guys do need to know this. To ignore the videos that I constantly put out, it hurts you. It really does. To not watch the work that I have done, to go into judgment against it, really does hurt you. And not only you, but your entire family, okay? Because in order to understand God, in order to understand what's happening, you need to know the truths. In order to understand what's coming in this upcoming year, you need to watch all the videos that I've done. I've had so many people throw things at me. It couldn't have been me. Why doesn't everybody see who I am? How can that be? If I'm not famous, so therefore I must not be the one. I've had so many things left and right thrown at me. And what I'm going to tell you right now is there's more that you don't understand going on here. Okay. Adam and Eve, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and Sekhmet and Horus were my lifetimes, mine and my twin flames. That's what happened to your God, is they were separated in all of those lifetimes from Adam and Eve. That's what happened to Atlantis. Jesus and Mary M, that's what happened to Israel. Sekhmet and Horus, that's what happened to the moon and to the Nile and all of that. Okay. And all of that played out in my awakening. I undid all of that. I undid all contracts back to Abraham Lincoln. And more. You guys, they're missing a lot of things, because on my channel I have posted these for you guys to see, but in each one there is major details that you need to understand, because what I do is I change the earth, and now you will either change with it or you won't. And in truth, the Bible even tells you this, is that if you choose to not see through the lens of Jesus Christ, or let's just say the one who brought it about, because my DM is my masculine counterpart, I am his feminine. God is a masculine and feminine counterpart. It should never be one individual. Okay, they killed off Mary M when they killed Jesus. Eve died when Adam messed up, right? So, and then Sekhmet and Horus. Once Horus died, Sekhmet died shortly after. So you guys don't realize is that is your God, and your God being ripped apart in the masculine feminine is what happened to this earth. And then they would have you praying to a false God. Jesus did not die on a cross. The true cross, the only true cross, is the Ankh. Okay. And this is what they would talk about. And the reason it was broken with Jesus hanging on it is because they hijacked his soul and they wrote a contract in his blood. And I undid all that on Christmas Day last year for the Jesus part and the freeing his soul. The totality of it was completed on Christmas Day last year, live on this channel. So the resurrection of Christ, the Jesus part with Mary M and undoing the false Holy Grail, did happen on Christmas Day. You guys truly need to look at everything I've done, because it all lines up. I rose Atlantis. I cleared Mount Shasta. I activated Fiji, a pyramid there. I opened the God portal. Then I activated pyramids all over the globe. I rebuilt the crystalline grid. I brought down all the Christ light. I shifted the poles. Then I created 5 more because I took us into 7D. Then we activated more pyramids, my DM and I in the energy. The masculine kind from Kilimanjaro. We burned the White House, so it'll never be rebuilt again. There's things with aliens coming forward. You guys don't understand what you're missing, okay? Because I can tell you haven't watched my videos, okay? And then people go into judgment, and let me tell you, it's not up to you who I am, okay? What you need to realize is this is bigger than you. This was bigger than even I was, because it was my own awakening. I didn't see it all coming. I didn't know what I was doing until I was done. The ascension is very large. And I have this beautiful person in my life, and the way he said it was spot on. It's like people have a hard time understanding the energy of God. It's complex, okay? And so the work that I have done is just the same. I am the Eye of Ra. My DM is the Eye of Horus. When he battled the fallen angels and he didn't unite and the first one died, is because that's what happened to the collective soul. That's why people come and judge rather than watch. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's a detriment to your soul, because I know I've already made it through into the new earth, but 99.9% of the population has not yet. They all think they are, but they're not. Because you don't understand that Revelations 21:12 speaks of the trials and tribulations, the 12 testaments of God. That is what I brought about. The path of righteousness takes you through all of it very quickly. It's all the work that I've done. You go through all 13 gates. All your karma and your shadow must be drawn out to the surface so you can see clearly, and you must choose against it every time. I am kind of fed up with all of the falsehoods going around the world right now, because most people do not understand the totality of it. They don't understand the brevity of it, what it all means. And unfortunately, that does lie in the DM's hands. I can only talk until I'm blue in the face, but unless both the Eye of Ra and Horus are aligned, it hurts. So I'm going to tell you this again. The path home, the path to righteousness, is not for all. It's not meant for all. Not everybody's going to make it through. Okay. This next year, there's going to be a lot of rearranging of souls even more than what you've been experiencing, even more. Okay, a lot of truths coming through, a lot of things that are, there's not one human that's going to go unscathed on this planet, that's not going to be affected by the upcoming changes. Okay. And if you don't pay attention to the work that I've done, you're going to be clueless to what's coming. Okay. Even light workers and star seeds don't have the full capacity. Some do. De La Roca does actually see what I do after I do it. But even he still, he'll tell you more of the truth than anybody I know that I've seen so far. But people still don't fully get the brevity of what this is. Okay. Because it's the return of Christ. So in the path to righteousness, like that is your only true path home. You all are being forced through the gates, okay? Because I changed the earth. So either you change with it or you go. That's what they're calling Judgment Day. It's you either righteously rise to God, being pure of heart and soul and reborn here, or you are reborn somewhere else, okay? So 2024 is all about, you need to know what you want and to not allow anything to stop you, first of all. Okay, because you are literally creating your reality by the choices you have made. So with the year of 2024, we only have like this year and maybe half of one left after that. So not much time left before all the changes have fully taken hold, and whoever will stay, and whoever's gone will be gone. We don't have much longer left, okay? 2024 is not fully written yet. Does that make sense? Many people would tell you no. But if you actually watch the work that I've done, you'll realize that I created the timelines. I changed the timelines. I'm the one who brings them in. I'm the one who changes them. And depending upon who rises and the choices they make will change the ending to 2024. Okay, so just because 5 months ago, God said we had 2 years left after I cleared Fiji Part 2 and Mount Shasta Part 2. That's what finalized the ascension work that I have done. I completed Revelations 21:13, completely filling that with Christ's light into the directionals. When I did that, we were on our final passage. And what Spirit called that was 2 cycles. So what you would call 2 years, but it was never set in stone. That's what I need you guys to understand, is some people are reading the timelines that we only had 2 years left, but it still does not guarantee that that's how long each individual has. Okay. Things can change. So I want you to understand something about 2024 is, unless you've watched all my videos, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about. Unless you know what I did to the White House, unless you know the pyramids I activated, unless you know everything that I say in those videos, because that's what holds the keys to your future, to what's coming, to what's going to be undone. The gist of it is all is going to rise to be seen. I have divided all darkness and light, and you have a choice to come out of all darkness or not. If you choose not to, then you fall off wherever that darkness falls off that you were anchored into. This is not about fear, but this is a reality. This is Redemption Day. I don't call it Judgment Day because God does not judge. That's people in their shadow. God is unconditional love. And the more you can come into unconditional love, the more ascending you're doing. If you cannot, then you're not ascending. Do you understand? There is no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no well, maybe. There's no being smarter than God. Okay? You are not smarter than I am either. I've had people come here and tell me, oh, it wasn't you, it was the collective soul. When I tell you I shifted poles, when I tell you I activated pyramids, when I tell you I caused these volcanoes and earthquakes to be, if you're watching my videos, you'll know when they were coming. You'll know what areas will be hit. I activated pyramids in Indonesia, Myanmar, Machu Picchu, Budapest, Brazil, Kilimanjaro. We cut off California to life support. There's a lot of stuff you guys don't know, okay? Because most people, first of all, are not even believing who I am. And if you choose to shun Jesus, to mock Jesus, to turn your head towards Jesus when you don't even really know who Jesus is or was, and little did you know that you just did it to the one who brought it about, it's not a good thing. Okay, so I do encourage you to watch the videos. because it's taking its toll on the collective soul. I'm not going to lie. However, everything is done in love. So even though people want to judge the shit out of me, I still stand strong every day, and I already know what I have done. I know who I am, and you can't take that away from me. But I will tell you right now is I've only walked 4 people through the gates so far. Apparently 2 more are on their way. Only 1 that I know of. So here's the thing. All of 2024 is going to be a day of reckoning. January. So all of 2024 is waves of reckoning, sudden changes, and life rearranges. Everybody's is different. You're going to have a different experience than I do. Some people are going to have more abundance, and some people are going to fall more into karmic patterning. Okay? Because if you don't clear all your karma, you don't stay. You go out in your karmic patterning. That's why they call it Judgment Day. You reap what you sow, is what Spirit calls it. So 2024 in review. Waves of reckoning, sudden changes, and life rearranges. January. We'll start with January, obviously, which is coming soon. A strange turn of events. Now, there's something coming that's like a shock, right? A little shocking. I don't know what it is. But January states a strange turn of events. Things will take you by surprise. So will all of 2024. So be ready. I channeled this. January starts a flow of massive changes. Shocking presidential rearrangements. Expectations change for the collective soul. So January is going to start this. Now, again, not everything is going to happen in one sitting. If you actually watch my videos, I did things in waves. I did things in pieces. And what I do to the earth boomerangs through the collective soul. That's how manifesting works. That's how spirituality works. So if you're truly watching the videos, when Iceland did what it did recently, you would know that I did that. But you're not, a lot of you aren't watching the videos. I had Lisa come and she goes, I just watched one of your Bringing Down Christ Light videos, I think it was, or something. And in it, I had literally said Iceland was going to shift. In my doing Revelations 21:13 completion, I shifted the tectonic plates again. And that is within less than 24 hours when Iceland literally cracked in half. So if you're watching the work that I do without judgment, and you're truly watching it and observing it and absorbing it and allowing it to process, you'll know more of what's coming. Okay. But like I said, some people are on different timelines. So to actually predict all of 2024 is damn near impossible, because whatever choices you do are going to change your reality from my reality. Okay. I've already made it onto the new earth. I have my own timeline now. So we are all on a different timeline. Okay. Some will go, some will stay, and some will never know life this way. So the more we shift higher in frequency, people are shifting lower into karmic planes. Some are being met with challenges, and you either meet them with resistance or you grow as the self and come closer to God with each one. The path to righteousness that I have is your only guaranteed path home. And that's still only if you choose love through every karmic lesson that rises, because that's what this is all about. Okay. God does not judge. God does not create misery. You reap what you sow. It's through the choices you've made through every lifetime, and it is all karmic based. So I need you guys to understand this, because consider this. Part of what I undid was all darkness. Okay. All the bloodshed. That's what the Nile was about. It was a purging of all the blood that I'm removing off this planet. And that will play out in your physical realm. Becoming towards July, it says, light my fire, power shifts bigger than one can imagine, edging our way towards the Nile portal. Because once we get there, it's done. Okay. And that's what the Nile represents, is all the bloodshed that I'm removing off of this planet. From darkness to those who choose to still not see. So I'm still in January, but I need you guys to understand something, as that this is not an all-inclusive list. This is some of the main shifts that are going to change no matter what you do. but your reality might play out differently than Tom, Dick, and Harry's, or including mine, because I've already done all of my things and got to where I needed to be in the new earth. And now I'm growing forward in another way. So what you don't realize is even in the new earth, once I have the keys, you do get a heart review, and if all of your karma is cleared, you get cleansed and walked into the gates. That's the ascension. So January, I want you to understand that this is none of these are all inclusive. It could change, it can shift, it can rearrange, no matter what, because free will is in existence. So even the big players like the White House and all of the dark shadows, they're going to try to bypass. They're going to try to outsmart. They're going to try, because in one of the things that I did, I don't know if it was Kilimanjaro, but one of the pyramid activations, if not many, I talked about how I blocked their escape routes. They cannot escape. Nobody can escape their karma. And I'm getting chills as I say that. You are not smarter than God. Okay. I know what a heart review looks like. I can see every bit of people's hearts. Okay. So I'm going to tell you right now is God sees more than you see. Okay. So depending upon the choices you make, whether you can see clearly in them or not is on you. Depends how the year will play out for a majority of the collective soul, because some are rising higher, some are falling more. There's two timelines. One's very quick. Those are the people who will be leaving. It's going faster and faster and faster. And for those who will be staying, it's going slower and slower and slower. So, because I undid all of the false concept of time. Okay, our life expectancy will expand and everything. Like, this is in the work that I've done. The work that I've done is very complex. There is stuff in them from beginning of the videos to the end of the videos. And 99.9% of you do not even watch halfway through. So I can tell you right now is that there's a major imbalance and there is a detriment in the collective soul. Okay, because you are supposed to rise through Jesus or Christ or the one who brought it about, which is me, but instead, without the DM aligning with me and appreciation for the work that I've done as well, it throws off the collective soul. So there is an imbalance still in the masculine and feminine energies, unfortunately. It doesn't mean, though, that the DM is not rising and he's not present. I don't know where he's at. It's a new one. I got to walk in. So understand this. He did take on his lifetime from that of Jesus recently, but I am the one who brought it all about. And to not respect that alone, it hurts us all. Okay. So I need you guys to understand that the reality of this next year is very wonky. It is not something you are ever going to be used to. It is not something that you will ever known before. Okay. These are changing frequencies, one light at a time. That's the whole point of this next year. Okay. It's a dawn of new ways, changing frequencies, one light at a time. Reality rearranges. Financial institution changes. This is going to be playing out through the entire year. Reality rearranges. So the things that you know, the things that you're used to, values, morals, everything is going to be heightened and right for you to magnify. Okay. Financial institutions are going to change. Are we going to lose all of them? No, but majority of them, yes. Anything anchored into the matrix, to the shadow, to darkness, right? So pay attention to that. Money was also put through one of the portals. I did that in one of the healings. I plucked all GMOs. So if you think for a second, we're not going to have shifts in the way we get our food. We're already shifting in the way we think about food. All of these things are going to rise more and more. In order for you to understand this next year, you need to understand the work that I've done. That's not a joke. Okay. So laws and regulations are becoming exposed and changed. In one of the videos I did, I said I undid all the medical reform. Okay, we're going to have medical reform. We're going to have justice system reform, because a majority of it is not created through God. Okay, so anything that is outside of God will fall. First, it will rise and then it will fall, even if it's anchored in you and you haven't healed it all. Sorry, time's running out, my friends. Like, this is the detriment. This is why you will find a lot of videos on this channel where Spirit kept telling my DM, hey, it's time to step forward. Hey, this is not of God, because he didn't. So there was a mishap We almost didn't make it in the ascension. I almost died 3 times. That's not a joke. I had a blood clot develop in my leg when I was being attacked. It broke free and went to my head. My heart became enlarged after I activated the pyramids so badly I swelled up extensively. I had multiple healings from myself, from Lord Sananda or Jesus, from the angels, from multiple beings. And so I have been healing through it. Somehow I survived my own twin flame because we were attacked by fallen angels for over a year. And I get attacked all the time doing this work. It's not a joke. It's been very painful. I've had to have people go through my academy and learn how to help me heal in it. Not only am I changing the world, I'm changing our modalities. So if you are doing healings and you haven't upgraded, you're not healing, you're giving people messages and you're not healed all the way, you're not doing it in God's light. Okay. And judgment is not what you think it is, but it is karmic. So anything you do outside of God's light is still adding up. Okay. It's not a joke. God does understand the brevity and the fact that our mental capacity does not align with the existence of the one. And so we are rising mentally as well. Some of the work that I have done has also been brain activations, new chakra systems, 7D, and much, much more. So those that are rising, those that I've walked through the gates, those that do all the work with me have now gotten 10 chakras instead of 7 main. Okay, you should have 2 to 3 Earth Star chakras now as well. And I can guarantee a majority of you don't yet. All right, so there's a lot going on here you don't understand, because no matter how many times I've said, look, the work actually unfolded on this channel right in front of people's eyes. I post it all the time and I hope people watch it, because I don't know why you won't. I don't know if it's you think, oh, this girl's crazy, I'm not going to give her 2 seconds of my time. Or if you don't realize what you're doing, because if you really want to know what's coming, you would watch the videos of what I've done, because I'm not lying to you when I say I brought about the resurrection of Christ. All of Revelations, the book of Revelations, the true biblical portions, the true brevity of what Christ is and the moving of the earth, I have done it all. I did it. I wasn't supposed to do it alone. It was supposed to be my DM. No human person can do that. So please don't come here going, you didn't do it, we did it. No. I am the leader of the 144,000, so is my DM. We activated everybody. I've energetically united all twin flames, but the DM is holding that back. I have done so much work, your head would spin. It's very complex. It is very layered, and I have proven it all on this channel for you guys. So if you don't click on a video and spend some time paying attention to it when God's literally right in front of you going, hey, look at what's happening, look what's coming, that's on you. Okay? It's not a popularity contest with me, because believe me when I tell you, to have people mock the work that I've done, choose not to see it, is a detriment to the collective soul. Okay? I am not in this for a popularity contest. People hurt. Okay. I don't have a large ego, and I'm definitely not narcissistic. The last thing I want to do is be on camera. But I did this because it was my own awakening. It was my own soul's purpose, and it is what God wanted me to do. They told me to do this channel, so I did it, and I fought the whole way through. But if I hadn't have done what they said to do, none of it would have been recorded and witnessed, and it all has now. Okay. Not only that, some have rose with me, and they're what you would call an apostle. Okay. We were supposed to have more of those too. So there is a detriment, and there's a detriment in the collective soul. Now that is part of the reason why 2024 is not all the way clear. Okay. And I'm going to get into February. This is not a joke. It's very real. The things you thought you knew are not true. February, new perspective on love and life. Okay, what is February? It's all about love, right? But this is a different shift. It's going to bring new perspectives on what love is, and the meaning of life, how important life is, and the fact that, because when your soul knows you're running out of time, you feel it. You know what I mean? And so this is like, you know, when you go into your midlife crisis, that's kind of what I feel about February. Like, I'm getting a new perspective on life. What's important to me is shifting. Massive shifts in waterways and landmarks. So so I tell you, if you guys, that's why they're saying you have to watch the work that I did, because I've moved everything. I've moved waterways. Split water. I move it. I shove some here. The gods will do things. We lightning strike the White House one time, and 4 people did get hit in real time when that happened. So what I do truly does play out in your existence. And so it's a detriment for you to not know what my videos tell you, because that's what's coming this next year. Okay. That's where you're going to know what volcanoes are going to go, where the earthquakes really are going to be, what's going to happen to California. The thing is everybody wants proof and they want it right now. And I don't think you want that proof, because once that happens, that's it. There's no going back. But it's already been done in the energy. So it will play out in your collective reality. So February, massive shifts in waterways and landmarks truly begin to rise to make way for brighter skies. Okay, so all the darkness will rise to fall. United you stand. United we stand, united you fall. That was my very first workshop I did, was spell casting. And they said that you were hearing it from the gods. Okay, anyways, March, April, and May. Now, again, you have to watch my videos. Doing this, me telling you guys this without you with you refusing or not being able to see my videos yet, or choosing not to, or whatever it is a detriment, because you're going to not know what I'm talking about. Because what I did is not normal. I recently did these sun activations where I combined more of 7D with the sun and the moon. And then scientifically it's being proven, but somebody told me I didn't do this work, the collective soul did. And they are so wrong. Okay. That's their ego. All right. People have their own jobs. I have mine. I am the one who brought about the ascension. I am the one who brought the return of Christ. Within doing that, I took us into 7D. I talk about that. I brought us through a black hole into the Pleiades galaxy. You don't have to believe me. Just pay attention, watch the video, then watch what's happening in your world. And also what's going to be coming in March, April, and May. So I've done some stuff to the sun and the moon. I bring down a lot of sun. That's where we get all these weird rays from. I've undid all darkness from the moon. That took me a long time to do. It's all in the path to righteousness. That's what I'm saying. If you haven't watched what I'm doing, it's a detriment to your soul. That's not a joke, because you have to rise through Jesus. You have to rise through Christ. Okay. And I know I'm not a guy, but if you truly watch the work that I did, maybe you would stop judging me and you would open your heart. Okay. Because things are not what they say, and things are not as they seemed. Jesus is not who we thought he was. What happened to him isn't real, and what they said happened to him, there's little glimpses of reality in there. Okay, he did not die on a cross. He was poisoned by John the Apostle. What they called the Holy Grail was a contract written in his blood, and that is what trapped Israel. It's all been undone. That's why certain things are happening in your reality. And some people are going, what's happening? We don't even know. If you watch my videos, you would know. Then it would also help others to know, because that's how we help others heal, is by us healing. Okay. So the more of you that actually did the path home, the more of your family could rise. The more of your ancestor ties can rise. The more of your soul family can rise. That's how it works. Okay. That's why some people are like, you didn't do this, the collective soul did. No, you all have your own job. Your own job is to help others rise. Okay. Mine was, guess what? God returned. I've changed the earth. Now you can either rise or not. Okay. So March, April, and May, the sun and the moon, planets rearranging. There is an epic energetic planet alignment coming. So I've added new planets into our galaxy, which also allowed me to add new chakras into our systems. That's why some of us now have 10 instead of 7, if you've done the work that I've done only. Eventually others will eventually, when they make it through. But this is not a joke, because planets in our chakra systems do align. They do coexist. That's why they tell you, hey, the universe is on the inside. So in March of 2024, and again, this is all linear. It could be beginning in February and going through June and July. It takes, things here can be rearranged. Time is not a reality. So when I say March, it's just towards that time frame, okay, towards that energetic base. This is kind of how it's playing out. If you watch the videos that I've done, the work that I've done in bringing about the ascension, it's all in order. It's all biblical. And that gives you your answers to what I'm talking about. Okay. If you choose not to watch them, you choose not to see God and believe in God and through the Christ body, through the bride of Christ, whatever you want to call me, that's on you. Okay. It truly is a detriment though. And I pray that you can wake up, that we can see things, and maybe just watching it is that key. Okay. So from January, it will flow to February, which will flow to March, April, May. So all of these events is just one after the other. I would let go of the exact time frame. Anybody who tells you on this exact day, they're full of shit, because spirit will not tell you that. Their time and our time are two different things. And you'll notice that if you do my stuff, because I undid the false concept of time. That's in the Path to Righteousness as well. And you can witness it and heal some of it in my Ascension playlist. So March, April, and May, some epic energy alignments, the moon, the planets rearranging, reality shifts, moon phases changes, because that's part of the work that I've done. Noticeable pole shifted and divine rearrangements. So this is why they're telling you, if you haven't watched my videos, you're not going to understand this. I shifted the poles and then I added 5 more. So that's going to start to actually do something to your earth more and more in this next year. And people are noticing it already too. I think I saw a video this morning that said, hey, our magnet might shift. And if it does, it's the end of the world. It's the end of the world for some, but the end of the ways for all. All right. So understand this. March, April, and May, around that energetic frame, depending upon your reality, you will feel this more than others. Those that have done all the work with me will be kind of separated from the collective soul, because they've already done it. They've already gone into the new earth. They've already shifted it. And there's only been 4 of us so far. 5 is on their way. I don't know about the other one. It's supposed to be my twin flame. I don't know. March, April, and May. Epic energy alignments. This is a planetary shift. The planets realigning, planets rearranging, the moon, really big shifts in the moon. Noticeable poles shifted. So you're going to start to notice more of the work that I've done. That's why it's super important for you to watch those videos. And again, it was all part of my awakening. I can't make this stuff up if I've tried. It's all quantum physics related, and I am not a genius, okay? But let me tell you, when I go there, I see it and I understand it all the way back to the beginning of time. So you really do need to watch what I've done. To activate pyramids is not normal. Okay, this is not something you've ever seen done before. The work that I have done is not something you have ever seen done before, or anything you could do. So I do encourage you to watch it. It's going to help you understand this next year, and it may also help you make it through. It is hard to understand what is coming our way, but only things purely aligned with God will stay. So what I have done is separated all darkness from light, except for in people, because it's through your free will. It is a rite of passage, not just a given, because there will be no suffering in earth anymore. Okay. So only pure light can stay. Only things of pure love can stay. Only those who are truly healed all the way and reborn can stay. And I see people all the time not hearing me, and I don't know what else to say. You're not watching my videos. You're not hearing me. I don't know what else to say, but I love you and I will say a prayer for you. Okay. It is hard to understand what is coming our way, but only things purely aligned with God will stay. One by one, all will rise and align with all the work I have done, the work of Christ. Okay. So I'm telling you guys, it's time now to see what I've done, because it could make or break you. In June, we have more Mandela effects rising. Now, I don't like the term Mandela effects. It's just reality shifts, paradigm shifting on a whole new level. All right. So again, the reality you thought you had will no longer be in existence. That's why they keep constantly saying, go out into the earth right now, because it's shifting right in front of you. If you've watched the videos I've done, you'll know what the shifts are, because I did them. Okay. I've moved poles. I've cracked mountains. I've undone all kinds of darkness you didn't even know existed on a whole new level. Okay. Heart-centered, and it almost killed me. It was very painful. It's not a joke. I swelled up when my twin flame died. Oh God, I don't wish that on my worst enemy. And to have my new DM not stepping forward is killing me. Okay. So it's been very real. This is not a joke. Heart-centered awakening alignment for the collective souls in June as well. Unexpected surprises. The whole year is filled with unexpected surprises, and they're going to shift, depends on who rises and who doesn't. Because let's say, yes, you've had a review. All of your past lives don't matter anymore because it's a great reset. They're all right now being magnified into your most karmic playouts. You have no choice but to rise. Your vibration helps you to see the karma, but you still have to undo it. Okay, you cannot carry it forward. You have to heal all of your karma. You have to heal all of the shadow, or you don't make it. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no ways around that. And I'm not making that up. It's actually biblical. Revelations 21:12 speaks of this, but I opened up 13 gates and closed all the 12 down of darkness. So darkness can never return here. It can only leave. Okay, and the Sphinx is the portal of time. It's not called the Sphinx, though. That's just what you guys call it. It's the Return of Horus, which speaks volumes to what I did with my twin soul and the darkness on the moon and so on. So you guys need to understand what I've done, okay? So June, they're saying it's like the best way you guys would understand that is Mandela effects rising, but I would call it a paradigm shift where it's like the curtains are down, right? And then you wake up all of a sudden and they're up and it's a whole new world. And it's like, I know life was this way, but it's like fleeting in the memory banks, right? Like, I know life was this way, but I can't prove it. I know it was this way, but now it's this way. That's going to be rising a lot this year, especially around June timeframe. They also say the escape attempts from karmic passes. So there's going to be a lot of civil unrest because people know what I've done. They already know the unholy grail has been undone. They already know a lot of their dark contracts and voodoo, whatever the hell you want to call it, it's already been undone. I undid it all the way back to the beginning of time, even cleared Salem, undid Catholicism. I've undone it all. That's why in the Nile, I turned it blood red. It's all been undone. Okay. These are going to literally be rising this whole entire year out of the collective soul. It's a purge on a whole nother level, my friends. And so it is unexpected. And depending upon where some people go, will change the course of time. Okay. So if people still continue to mock God and not rise and not see things, then maybe the timeline is shorter, you know? But there will be escape attempts from karmic passes. And in one of the videos, I can't remember, there was probably a few, especially Kilimanjaro, because when we activated pyramids in Kilimanjaro, Congo, and British Columbia, I undid the White House, and I talk about this. I also undid the alignment of the White House. So they had it aligned for a specific reason. I undid it all so it can never be rebuilt. That's what you guys don't understand, is this is not about a new president. This is about God returned, masculine and feminine earth, me and my damn. All of this is actually on my videos on this channel. Look at my ascension playlist. But every video on this channel is relevant to the new earth and to the ascension. It's not a joke. Okay. Come July, it says light my fire. This is where it stopped. They won't let me see past July because it hasn't been written yet. The things in the collective soul will continue to change, but what it means for all of you is not solidified yet, because that's the thing with the new earth is it's a start over. It's a rebirth no matter where you go. You are either reborn here with no more karma, all the shadows gone. You have come into your full higher self. Okay. That's the path to righteousness. That's what it does. It's more complex than you know. Or you're anchored into darkness and you leave and you go somewhere else, okay? You're reborn somewhere else. Some will never know life this way. You can call that hell. Spirit doesn't call it that. But I will tell you, though, is everything that's not aligned with God will burn. That comes out in a lot of my videos, especially Mount Shasta ones, undoing the false shadow, pyramid activations, burning, 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 and then fires do occur. So you need to pay attention. July, it says, light my fire. This is not just theoretical. I'll tell you that right now. Power shifts bigger than one can imagine. Okay. Edging our way towards the Nile portal. More truths rising and earth's releasing and shifting. But it says some of what is to come depends upon who rises. Okay. So they won't let me go past July. So I will do another one of these like come March and April. probably try to do another one of these and tune in to what's going on at that time. So 2024 truly is about God rising. It is about a dawn of a new way, changing frequencies one light at a time. When I brought down Christ's light, you guys, I had to do it in waves. It was not already here. You guys don't realize that, is there was no Christ light here. God was stolen. They murdered off Adam and Eve, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and Sekhmet and Horus. Those are my lifetimes. I've spent this whole 4 years reuniting all of myself, my twin flame, undoing all of that, freeing Jesus's soul. Eve rose from the dead. I freed my soul from Atlantis, freed Jesus's soul, and undid the false Holy Grail. And then Sekhmet and Horus, I undid the false concept of the moon. And then when I brought down Christ's light, I had to do it through all the rays. And when I completed the 13th gate and I went through, I did another past life removal in Sequoia and even ascended the angels. So you guys don't even realize this is bigger than you. I've ascended the angels. I've ascended Pleiade Galaxy because we're combining into one. So in order to understand what's coming for this next year, you need to understand the brevity of who I am and what I've done, because your whole world is changing, whether you're ready or not. Okay. And I've been here for a long time saying, hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. And unfortunately, people are mocking it rather than just watching and closing their mind and opening their heart, because it's beyond our capacity of understanding. The more you heal, the more you rise, the more you'll see and understand. Okay. It is the year of reset. That's what they're calling 2024, is the year of reset. Okay. It's very beyond your capacity of understanding. Just like a good friend of mine had said today, as a matter of fact, is people have a hard time understanding the energy of God. And so, you know, I don't doubt that when I put something out, people are always like, yeah, right, you know, until they get a healing from me or until something causes them to see. And God says that. It's like sometimes people don't see until something forces you to see, but that might make it too late. Okay. This earth is shifting, and depending upon what the collective soul chooses to do one by one will change the reality of the shift one by one. You cannot stop the shift. Nothing I have done can be undone. Darkness cannot remain here at all. So you have to remove all shadow, all karma. You have to align with that of God. What does not align will continue to fall this next year. Now, I do see waterways shifting. I also see the map changing. And I started seeing that way back when I did Mount Shasta Part 1. I literally cut off life support to California, all of California. It's black, it's black, it's black. And then when I burned Archangel Samael in Mount Shasta Part 2, I literally said some specifically important things. And Alwyn, that guy, actually got a download of what I said. So I cleared Mount Shasta Part 2. I burned Archangel Samael because I undid the contract he wrote there. I undid all the bloodshed there. And then I cracked it all the way down. Mount Shasta cracked and all the way down the fault line. And then California sunk like feet lower than the rest of the earth, the rest of the land line. And then the change of tides came in and rose over San Francisco. And then like days later or a month later after I did that, that Alwyn guy actually channeled that. He said exactly what I said. People will be screaming, changes in tides are coming in through San Francisco. And so I showed that as well. The work that I do is the star seeds see after I do it. Okay. The work that I do is then processed afterwards by the collective soul. So I'm not just sitting here reading the energy. I am not just going to sit here and tell you, yeah, I brought about the whole return of Christ and not have proof. I can prove it all. I'm not afraid of anything. Not afraid of who I am. People that work with me can see it. People that did the path with me know it. Only one of them, unfortunately, is willing to speak it all. So this is a detriment in the collective soul. If we cannot rise through the eyes of Christ, if we cannot rise through Jesus and his feminine counterpart, because I'm the one who brought it about, I had to wake up my DM soul and save it. The first DM did not make it. He did not. I got a walk in, so I don't know him yet. I already energetically combined. There's a contract there for us, but he has not risen all the way into it yet. So this is a detriment for the collective soul. So what I'm telling you right now, you guys, is we are on the final timelines. Your timeline is different than mine. 2024 is the year of reset. Okay. And know what it is that you want. Do not allow anything to stop you, because that's another thing. Is the moment somebody goes to buy the path to righteousness or to watch a video, something's going to try to stop you. It's a battle for your soul. This is a battle for your soul, my friends, and we are in the final run. Okay. Twin flames should already be united, and unfortunately they're not even hearing me when I tell you you have to unite energetically first. Like, we are missing some marks, and my hope, my pray, is that everybody can rise into that more and more. Just let everything go. Let go of expectations, let go of judgments, let go of thinking you know what the world should be, and open up to the truths that are being presented right in front of you, especially when I can prove them all. All these other false prophetics, they read a book, they read something, they come on here and just say it to you. I literally do live healings. I do exchanges all the time. I prove to you time and time again who I am. I record my workshops and I've uploaded them all for you to see. Not all of them. The rest are in the path to righteousness. So you can actually purchase the path home to get them. They're real. Okay. They're more real than you can imagine. I didn't even know it was coming. When you go into the new earth, I do a heart review. I get your key. I have to purify you. And then I walk you into the new earth. And I've already processed the earth's death and rebirth. So that's another thing you guys are missing. Or maybe you're not. Some of you might have seen it. But I processed her death. The earth dies. So the way you know her is going to die. Okay. You have to do the same. The way you knew you has to die. And I don't want you to get all afraid of death. It's just letting it go. And then she was reborn into the new earth. And I opened up the Garden of Eden all over her. And in that one too, I kept saying, what does not align will burn. It literally just burns. What does not align with Christ's light burns. And when I brought down all the Christ light, I had to do it through all the rays. The green ray, the yellow ray, the pink rays. I would bring in droves of Christ light. I would bring in all the DNA activations. I undid all this darkness, the separation, all the false contracts, so all the twin flames can unite. If my DM would step up right now, then a lot of you would rise as well. Okay. If he would appreciate the work that I did, a lot of you would notice it now as well, because he's the eye of Horus and I'm the eye of Ra. And they tell you that when I did the Nile. They also called me the Queen of Life when I did the Nile. Unfortunately, not everybody's watched it. Okay. So when I tell you how important these videos are, it's like literally God's work coming through and people going, yeah, yeah, right. You guys, we're running out of time. This next year is the year of reset, and they won't even let me see past June. No, July. There will be escape attempts from karmic passes, so people will try to escape their own karma. Or it's like one of those things, well, damn, I didn't know that. Can I change it? And then it's like, nope, lights out. That's redemption day. That's the apocalypse. Okay. Any fear, though, is not of God, because he gives you your power, right? He didn't. I remember the day I was doing these things and I was like, I'm killing people. Like, I'm going to kill people. And God literally told me it's their free will. This is bringing back God. And then when I realized all the pain that people have caused me and all the separation and undoing of God and all the pain and all the bloodshed and murder and how many people care more about money than love, I was like, thank goodness. I woke up and I followed God and I listened to what I was supposed to do and I didn't let anything stop me. Question is, can you do the same? Because it is a battle for your soul, my friends. This is 2024 year in review. I will do another one if I need to. If something shifts, I will do another one later. So much love to all of you. I hope you have a very beautiful day. Take the time to watch the videos because it is not a waste of time. We don't have time. Time is God. God is everything. Okay? We can't do anything outside of God anymore. So much love. Have a beautiful day.